The time has come.
OMG, Kevin Nash, WTF, thought he was dead, LOL.
That's the best of the best of the best of the best of the best that this world has to offer. I'm the beast.
I'll stand
in the best
16 says I just whipped
in the
your
world.
ass.
Paul, say something stupid.
Now you listen, but I say English.
What the fuck is wrong with this company? Hello everybody, welcome to Nate's Squared Circle podcast, and as usual I'm Joey, here along with me as always,
Mike AD.
We're going to be going over Extreme Rules 2018, and let me tell you, it's probably one of the worst pay-per-views so far this year.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's an understatement. We thought that, was it Backlash?
Yeah.
The Backlash, that left much to be desired. Holy fucking shit.
Like, we can see we put, like, no effort into, like, just this at all, because it wasn't worth it. Like, this is, like, our, like, how much WWE actually cared for that event.
Yeah.
So, we're just gonna recap the matches.
We're just gonna recap the matches, give our impressions.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, what the hell happened on the show?
So, the pre-show, we had Sandy versus The New Day. It was a tables match.
Yeah. Yeah. I love Plunder.
Plunder. Which makes sense because, it's Extreme Rules. You should have hardcore matches.
I would agree with you. I agree 100%. And I think the right team went over here.
Yeah, considering that Sandy lost her debut match on SmackDown.
Yeah. Who thought that was a really great freaking idea? Like, when you start debuting freaking teams, isn't the point to make them look as strong as possible?
Exactly. You don't see that many guys who actually lose in their debut match. But, so this match, pretty much, it went back and forth. It ended with Kofi getting an elbow drop through the table by EY.
Looked pretty freaking good and brutal.
So
right team went over here.
I say it was a good start to the show, but everything kind of went downhill after that, which we'll go right now. So
the Almas match.
Yeah, match number 2 was
the Almas match?
Cien Almas match.
Yeah. These two had a much, much better match on television. This one did not match up at all to the actual match they had on TV. And the right guy went over, of course.
Right.
But when's this guy going to get out of this bullshit feud and onto, like, fucking real life?
Yeah, so those were the 2 pre-show matches. Like, there's not really much to talk about it, like, but we've seen the CN match already, so there wasn't really any point to see it on the pay-per-view. So, anyways, first match of the night. Jesus Christ, I don't even want to talk about this one first and foremost.
The Deleters of Worlds against this glorified freaking jobber squad.
The B team. And
yeah, I don't know if anyone's seen this.
What can we really say about this match? The B team are
the
new
B team,
Raw Tag Team
this
champions.
fucking comedy joke team is the fucking tag team champions of the world.
You ever get that feeling where you think that a joke's gone a little too far? I think this is that case.
This is the case where Vince McMahon's going, I guess what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. We're going to put the tag belts on the B team. Yeah, we're going to sell more of those fucking t-shirts that we made in the back with felt markers. And then we're going to charge $55 for them.
Oh my god.
Holy shit, man.
It pissed me off so much to actually see that. Actually, like, it wasn't even a long match. I think it was like 5 minutes?
Yeah. I understand the desire to reward someone for their body of work, okay? But, like, Curtis Axel and what's the other guy's name?
Bo Dallas.
Bo Dallas, these two guys, who a couple months ago couldn't win a fucking match. Now they're the champions of the freaking world. What a freaking joke. And how bad does that make fucking Matt Hardy and fucking Bray Wyatt look?
Well, I guess they're going to re-challenge him at SummerSlam. We'll see where this goes.
Yeah. Jeez, and if they win again?
Like, the division's going to be a joke, pretty much.
Yeah,
you can't beat these two fucking
honestly,
jobbers.
When they took all those credible tag teams off Raw, and they took them and they put them on freaking SmackDown, and they didn't take any fucking good teams and move them over the other side, and all we have left is fucking Fandango and fucking Tyler Breeze, and we have the fucking Febreze and the Job Squad, and I know you brought up that. The Ascension.
The Revival.
I fucking love the Ascension, dude. The fucking music hits, the fucking red smoke comes up, and this fucking steamroller of a team comes to the ring, and in 15 seconds they lost.
I don't think they can afford the red smoke anymore because Brock is taken out of the paycheck. Just like how they can't afford pyro because Brock is taken out of his paycheck.
Fucking shit. It's like the whole tag division turns into a fucking joke. The whole division is a joke.
Pretty much.
And it just puts the fucking turd right on top of the vanilla ice cream.
And then we had a, I guess you would call it an impromptu backstage segment. With,
to tell us is what we already knew, because the rumors are already flying around that Brock, you knew he was going to be at SummerSlam, so you knew, okay, what's going to happen here?
So yeah, this segment was just pretty much Angle saying, Brock either has to show up to Raw, or declare where he's going to wrestle again, or he has to give up the title.
That's right.
So
obviously
you've seen Monday, because we're recording this like the Tuesday night.
This is Tuesday, so we know that Heyman showed up, and he begrudgingly,
said he would defend it.
We're going to show up, and we're going to defend the title. What I don't frickin' understand, this is what I don't understand. They had a segment set up on Raw, where it was supposed to be this multi-person match, and the winner in Extreme Rules was gonna be the number one contender to the title, and we said, no, we're not doing that bullshit, because that makes sense. So instead, we're going to do a match that means absolutely fuck all, and then the night afterwards, they reinstate the frickin' match? Am I,
No, I don't get it either.
Okay, I'm glad that you don't, because then sometimes I don't like to feel that I'm alone in my craziness, you know what I mean, bro?
I know. So,
yeah.
Anyways, after that, we had Finney versus Baron Corbin.
In a match who gives a shit match.
Yeah, it was a nothing match, which ends in a small package. And
Baron Corbin, Constable Corbin now.
Constable, Stephanie McMahon's personal constable, Baron Corbin, loses in a small package to Finney.
Fucking Finney, yeah.
Finn
wins, but Finn's not allowed to win definitively, because that just makes, that makes Corbin look weak. But honestly, in those freaking slacks, like, dude, he looks bad enough in slacks and a fucking vest.
And you called this too. We said this before. Watch our podcast. He's gonna come out. They're gonna put a t-shirt on him and cover his tattoos, and he did. They put that vest on him, and now he's covering his tattoos.
Now he's got a fucking dress vest, like he's a fucking bouncer at a club. He's showing up and he's standing at the fucking door. He looks like Corporate Kane. Okay,
that's pretty much what this is.
Yeah,
he even shaved his head.
The fucking authority is still freaking around, even if it's by fucking proxy, okay? And
it's sad.
Jesus fucking Christ. Can't you just let Corbin just go and just can wrestle and suck that way? Instead of just hanging around like a freaking, like, really annoying Pavlovian fucking dog, around fucking Kurt Angle, because it's fucking annoying. Anyhow, Finn Balor won. I'm glad that he won, but they wouldn't give him a decisive fucking win.
And yeah, pretty much a nothing match with that. And then we get a segment with Team Now Hell No getting attacked by the Bludgeons.
Right, to give them an excuse for what happens later.
Yeah. Kane gets taken out, and this was actually, if those don't know, I guess Kane's working with an injury. Mm-hmm. So they had to figure a way to take him out. So, yeah, that was that. And then the next match, and this was probably when things started to go downhill.
Because, honestly, I didn't think that Finn and Corbin match was really that bad.
We didn't think it was going to get any worse, but it did.
Oh. The segment, I'm going, okay, I know what's happening with this Team Hell No segment.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going to bring Daniel Bryan out. He's going to come out like a fucking house on fire. And, how it fucking works with him, because he never does anything. He always comes from behind all the time with Daniel Bryan. So, here it is. Here's the fucking classic match of the decade. It's Carmella versus Asuka with Chinless Wonder in a fucking shark cage.
The Chinsworth in the shark cage. They just love the shark cage. Like, every year we're going to have a shark cage match.
Yeah, it appears so, doesn't it?
So this was, I want to say this was a nothing match. I did find it funny though with James constantly taking weapons out of his shirt. But what about the referee? Like, aren't you supposed to
Isn't that your prerogative to make sure that the guy going in the cage is not carrying fucking weapons?
Technically, he's in the match, so you should be checking him for weapons.
Yeah, because based on what happened the last 10 times, someone's always throwing chains and guns and fucking pipes and, sharp
So yeah,
objects down from the shark cage. So
I did like the little scene where Ellsworth locks the lock and then gets trapped because of those stupid bandanas on his legs.
No, I know that's not what that really was.
Which ultimately leaves to Asuka getting smacked with
distracted,
the cage, which technically is a DQ, but she would have lost anyways because she's using a weapon, a non-weapon match, which doesn't make sense because it's Extreme Rules. Every match should be no DQ.
I agree with you. And this is another thing altogether.
Or a gimmick, like something.
With this particular pay-per-view, every single match should have some kind of stipulation.
We got mostly more normal matches than anything else, to be honest.
Absolutely.
So yeah, she got smacked with the cage, and then she lost her own undoing.
Again. So
is Asuka just going to lose because she's not paying attention? That seems to be what's happening.
Stupid babyface syndrome.
Yeah.
Like this is a recurring theme on this show. And I honestly I have to say, from the minute that Asuka left fucking Raw and then she went to SmackDown, they're ruining the legacy of this great fucking wrestler that NXT took over 2 years to fucking create. And within a year, Vince has totally destroyed this woman. Number one, you shouldn't have lost to King Charlotte in the first place. That's not how I would have booked that shit.
Because then, it made it worse when Charlotte loses the fucking belt 2 days later on SmackDown.
You know what it is? Let me just say this, and then this is gonna be a long fucking rant. Basically, that is not how I would have booked that. I would have booked Asuka to win, and then I would have had Asuka go completely undefeated for a year. And then Charlotte would have won the next fucking Royal Rumble. And then she would have came back and defeated her and took the title. That's what I would have done. But what happened is they took Carmella and they booked themselves into a corner. They were going to book her to win the freaking title. So then they had fucking Charlotte go over Asuka. That hurts Asuka. It hurts the fucking legacy of Asuka. It's same with Goldberg. The fucking Hindenburg explodes. It's over. It's done. It's like Ryback losing. It's like as soon as he loses, the freaking balloon catches fire and crumbles to the ground and it's fucking irretrievable wreckage. And it's just not gonna can ever be put together again. It's the fucking Humpty Dumpty syndrome. Right? It's just never gonna be the same ever again. I would have had her go completely undefeated. So what did they fucking do? The first match on SmackDown, they fucking beat her. Again, now she's lost on TV. Now she's lost on pay-per-view. Now what does she do? She goes against the fucking talentless wonder of the women's division on SmackDown. She loses that match by distraction. Then she goes into another match and then she loses that one too. So now she's lost twice to Carmella.
Yep.
Who couldn't wrestle herself out of a fucking paper bag. Now she's lost twice. Then she's lost, 4 fucking times now this year?
Yeah.
4. She had, 4 fucking losses in her career?
Well, most of them were actually, I think 2 of them were tag matches.
Yeah.
But it was an excuse where it's she didn't really lose, but technically she did.
What they should have done with her, they should have had her show up at WrestleMania after fucking Asuka had won. Then they should have fucking had her come out, cash in the fucking contract, and lose. That would have looked real freaking good on her. Because she's not looking any better now today than she did fucking back then when she won the thing.
We still enjoy seeing her wrestle, but they're not, we can't take her serious right now.
No. She's just a freaking model in a fucking wrestling outfit. Yeah, granted, she looks really good. She looks really fucking good. But
that's all really,
that's all.
Just right now, Carmella's what's wrong with the women's wrestling.
I think that the people that they got the freaking titles on is what's wrong with fucking women's wrestling.
Exactly.
You reverse this division 1 year. Who's had the fucking titles?
Okay, let's actually look at the SmackDown women's title because the Raw,
the Raw one has always been really strong until recently.
Yeah.
But
the SmackDown one, so Becky, then Alexa.
Then
Naomi.
Naomi had it, then went back to Alexa. And then she
loses it to... Fuck, now I don't remember.
Didn't she lose it to Natalia? Who lost it to Natalia? Naomi. So it flip-flopped a couple times.
Yeah, flip-flopped.
And then it went on Natalia. And then Natalia lost it to Charlotte. Charlotte lost it to Asuka. And Asuka lost the title back to Charlotte.
Asuka never won the title.
Oh! See what I mean?
Yeah, Asuka never won the title.
Asuka should have won that fucking title.
Charlotte held it until
and then she lost
Carmella.
it to fucking Carmella.
Yeah. Asuka never had the title.
She never had the title. Yet.
Yeah.
Yet. She was undefeated for 900 days. She still has not held a fucking title. When are they going to do this?
I don't know, but...
When are they going to do this shit?
I'd rather talk about this, honestly, than the next match, because the next match, Mike saw my rage.
Yeah, that was kind of ugly, but, I mean, based on what we saw previously with this shitty finish to this women's match, and the way that they're treating Asuka, and then they proceed to beat Jeff Hardy in 16 seconds.
6 seconds, apparently.
Well, including the fucking low blow.
The low blow, technically, the match never started.
6 seconds? Is that how long it was?
It was... here's what happened. So, Jeff is fighting Nakamura for the U.S. title. Before the match begins, while the ref is going to go give, the belt to the timekeeper, Jeff turns his back. Nakamura punches him square in the dick.
The king of low ball style.
Makes it... immediately turns around like he doesn't know why Jeff's on the floor. Because, I don't know why Jeff didn't explain to the ref. He just hit me in the fucking nuts.
It's like, are you okay? Like a stupid freaking baby face. Yeah, I'm in so much fucking agony, but hell, start the match.
Rings the belt, Kinshasa, done.
5 seconds, it's over.
I was sitting down just, disgusted. I remember that, I was like, we're done. I don't want to watch the rest of the pay-per-view. I threw the fucking pillow against the wall. It was just I walked out of the room to go get something to eat, because it was I refuse to see the rest of this.
Yes. That's two matches in a row with really questionable finish.
I don't know what were they doing with this, because we saw tonight's match, and that's what we should have had.
Yes, I would agree.
Extreme Rules.
I don't know, maybe they just needed something that the fans would not expect.
I know technically Jeff is having a real injury, that's why they did this, but I still thought it was stupid. Mm-hmm. This isn't really the way it should have been.
Yeah. And then Randy comes down and stomps on his balls another time, so there's your heel turn for Randy. Which some people, really love the heel fucking
people kind of prefer face Randy Orton.
I like face Randy Orton. Very much. Works good with the fucking RKO out of nowhere. It's fucking beautiful. But the fucking psychopathic Randy Orton, he's really good at it. Really good at the psycho.
Yeah, but now, unfortunately, we're back to heel Blandy Orton. Yeah. And we even saw it tonight, and we had that your most hated spot where he put his finger in his hole where he had his spacer. It was almost like we're watching episode.
It's like a cringy moment, yeah.
It was like we're watching episode of CZW. Just he didn't want. I watched it. He fucking turned around.
Holy fuck, man! I was like, I thought, man, are they gonna go? Do the blood capsule thing? That would have been really fucking insane.
Yeah, we're constantly talking about SmackDown and Raw because we're talking about the aftermath.
Aftermath. Well, we can definitely speak about that, but. Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens versus Braun Strowman. Now this is where he started to pick up a little bit again. Honestly,
because you got some characters here that fans give a shit about. Fans love Kevin Owens, even though I think that he's booked like shit. He's not booked as strong as he really is in this company.
Speaking of shit, after he got pushed to the porta potty.
Yeah.
This is pretty much that match.
This is what Braun Strowman has been resorted to until he cashes in his briefcase. He's mid-card comedy.
You can't cash in if Brock's never there, which I think is stupid, by the way, that the briefcase is only for your brand. Because it would have given him excuse to fight AJ.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
Or if you're going to do that, then make it multi-purpose. Have two different...
Have two of them?
Yeah, Raw and SmackDown.
And I think it would be a cool moment if two of them showed up at the same time to fight over who's going to cash in their briefcase.
Exactly.
Yeah. They shouldn't be brand exclusive. There should be two of them available and anybody can go and cash them in. Who the hell's that? It's Braun Strowman from Raw. God damn it, no.
Oh my god.
But yeah, Kevin Owens got very little offense in here. Braun threw him around a little bit until Kevin basically handcuffed him to the rope. Then he ripped the thing off the rope, and he took to the top of the cage.
Well, before that, he did the little suck it chop, which I think
the crotch chop.
Yeah, I think Triple H in the back was either like marking out or getting pissed off. He's like, no,
you're infringing on my trademark. Don't you dare do that.
We have to dismiss you.
That's just too sweet.
Cease and desist.
Yeah. So the long story is, he tries to escape. Braun takes him to the top.
And throws him
and
off
like
the
a
cage.
Stupid baby face, loses the match by throwing him through a fucking table.
But like that, seeing him do that reminded me of like the Mick Foley Hell in a Cell toss.
Yeah,
where like he got thrown straight.
Apparently,
from the cage
it's the date, a very historic date, like 20 years or something after the original one.
Yeah,
that's why I don't know. Maybe why they actually fucking did it. But yeah, it was a cool spot. It's good to see Kevin Owens because he knows how to take a fucking bump. I just can't imagine Braun Strowman taking that fucking bump.
It just means, but like what I liked about this match is like technically my way of looking at it gets both over. Like okay, Braun still lost the match, but it's the way he lost that still made it. Where it's like Kevin won because Braun took it too far. Mm-hmm. Like Kevin squealed his way out of there, showing how much of a dirty heel he is. Where it's like he won from a technicality.
You know.
But it makes Braun to be more of a monster, the fact that he threw this 100-something pound man off of a cage to a table.
But he doesn't care. I think that's the thing with Braun. Even though he's a fan favorite, he don't give a damn. And now that he has the fucking briefcase, he said it on fucking Raw. He goes, well, you did technically lose the match. The briefcase says it don't fucking matter if I lose or not. Just like The Miz. The Miz had the Money in the Bank briefcase. The minute that he got the case, he did nothing but lose and lose and lose until he came out and cashed in. It's like, talk about making your fucking prospective champion look weak. The guy's out there. As soon as the guy wins the case, then he should be out there like fucking proving that he deserves to be the champion. Not out there fucking like every week. I have the briefcase. This week I lose to Chris Jericho. Next week I lose to Jack Swagger. This week I'm losing to fucking R-Truth. And then the next week I cash in and I become the champion of the world. And I wonder why nobody takes me as a credible champion. You know? So, yeah. Okay, now here comes the fucking payoff to the fucking Bludgeon Brothers in Hell No.
Jesus Christ, this match.
It's okay. It was okay. But I think, was the end really in doubt? Do you think they were actually going to go out there and win these fucking tag titles, really?
No, but my problem was that all these matches so far have had very lackluster finishes so far. Like, no one's really been happy with the end results of these matches now.
Yeah.
Like, besides the Finn match, but like, honestly, all the heels pretty much won tonight. Most of them did. Like,
yeah.
Finn won, but like, it doesn't matter. You didn't hit the coup de grace. You didn't hit every signature shit. You just won from a small package.
That's right. You didn't give the fans what they wanted to see.
And I even saying that, like I felt bad for like the three dudes in the front row, like decked on the Hardy gear with like the signs, and Jeff loses in 6 seconds. No swanton whatsoever. Doesn't even get to the comeuppance. They came to see the one guy and they fuck him.
And they just like in 5 seconds are like, no.
Which you'll see more of that soon.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like this match pretty much like it was going decent with Braun with the handicap, but it's like unfortunately you knew that these guys were gonna lose, which is bad because when you already know the end result once the match starts, like that's gotta be a disappointment.
Yeah.
And like they're killing Bryan off by doing this too because it's like okay,
then you have him take the freaking pin.
Yeah, he's the one who gets pinned.
I mean, Kane's the guy that's not gonna be around. Bryan's going to be the guy that's like be left on the fucking roster, and you let this guy take the freaking pinfall.
Well, it sucks too because now Kane's written off with kayfabe broken ankle.
Fucking broken ankle, so that guy's going to be out of the loop.
So
the Bludgeon Brothers win.
Another nothing match.
I don't even know where the hell they're going with this. I have no idea.
Well, who's supposed to beat them? That's my problem now.
Exactly, right? Like, what freaking tag teams left on SmackDown? Do you have a list of the fucking teams on SmackDown?
I can probably name a few. Well, actually on Raw,
I know.
We forgot about the Revival and
I think the
Authors of Pain.
I think that when Jason Jordan comes back, they need to put him and the other guy together. They need to have American Alpha. They need to get Alpha back together. Then they can have the Alpha and the Revival, and then they can have the Authors of Pain. It's amazing, isn't it? Those 3 teams are fucking from NXT. Who do they have that they fucking developed?
I'm just trying to remember here now. So we have...
They have the Bar.
On
They
SmackDown, they have the Bar. They have the Usos.
But what happened to fucking Usos?
They weren't there.
That was like the greatest freaking tag team of the last year and a half. Okay? Except for the Revival. The best fucking tag team I've seen in a while.
The New Day is on SmackDown. We have Sanity. We have Febreze.
Yeah, Febreze? Febreze is on Raw.
Oh yeah, now Febreze is on Raw.
The fashion police.
Well, unfortunately, Fandango's out with an injury right now.
So no, it's up to
Breezy.
Breezango, Tyler Breeze, whatever his name is.
Yeah, to do something.
He's going to be out there jobbing week after week after week until Fandango comes back, and they proceed to job again.
Yep.
That freaking story is over.
So, anyways,
now,
the next segment is the B team in the back with Roman Reigns trying to motivate him. Oh, if we can win, you can win too.
And just
but it's like
yeah,
technically the booking will let Roman win.
Yes, exactly. The booking will make Roman look strong. And just the look that Roman gives him, like, what a bunch of losers these guys are, and they're the fucking champions, bro.
If he wanted to make it worse, he shouldn't have even listened to them, because he actually stopped and listened to what they had to say. If I was him, I would have just kept a straight face, kept walking. But then again, that also makes them look bad. But it's this shows how bad you've made this team look. You can't take them seriously. These are your champions, and they're a joke.
Yeah, and next week they're gonna get their rematch.
Who did they beat this week? They beat the Ascension, didn't they?
They beat the fucking Ascension. The team that loses to everybody. Oh, God, that just pisses me off.
I mean, technically, it's pretty much the NWO and JBL and Farouk's fault that they got buried so easily. Because they were monsters in NXT.
Yeah.
So, anyways, the next matchup we're glad wasn't the main event.
Yeah, Roman and Bobby freaking Lashley.
This was honestly a good match, despite the crowd kind of having mixed feelings about it, just because, it's Roman. They're going to champ whatever.
Yeah, they don't like him. And actually, to tell you the truth, they're not sold on Bobby Lashley based upon some of the reactions that I saw.
I would say Bobby would have been kind of having a meh status right now after his little rivalry with Sammy and the fucking Three Sisters bullshit.
Yeah. They should have had that guy just do the same thing as Braun. But two guys, double vertical suplexes, just destroying guys left and right.
This honestly was a good match, though.
No, I agree. It was well put together and an unexpected result. But at least for the fans, I bet they just didn't expect that to happen. They were watching this match with the expectation that here we go again. Roman's expected to win this fucking match. But to tell you the truth, Bobby needs the victory. He needed this victory.
It was a pretty big match. I actually really thought that one of the best parts of the match was when Roman threw him from the ring and splatted straight on the concrete.
Yeah, I thought his shoulder was dislocated. That's pretty brutal fucking spot.
At least this match ended with the right guy winning. That's what
temporarily, right?
But it's how many times do you have to get Roman over?
I know. But see, it's fucking hilarious because it doesn't do Lashley any good to lose because he's already not over. So he's got to be able to stay fucking strong. But losing does Roman no problem because the guy's going to be back in the heavyweight title picture in a microsecond.
And this is what actually pisses me off because this past Monday on Raw, they had 2 triple threat matches. Yeah. And the winner of those will fight each other. Guess what? It was fucking Bobby and Roman again.
It's back to Bobby and Roman. And
they're going to show the same match we saw on Extreme Rules.
Except it's going to be the reverse fucking thing so that they can get fucking Roman against fucking Brock Lesnar. Are they going to continue to do this thing? I'm just getting this fucking feeling.
There's only so many times
they're going to have
feed the crowd bullshit before they just
they're going to have Roman win, okay? Roman's going to fucking win the match. And then what's going to happen? Strowman's going to fucking come out to cash in on him. And what do you bet he beats Strowman to? And then the garbage starts raining for the
It just becomes WCW TNA.
Jesus Christ, this could go really fucking badly.
It's almost like Roman is reverse Jeff Jarrett. It's just the fucking company loves to put the title on him, but the crowd can't fucking stand it.
I don't know what they're going to... At some point, they have to realize that this is not working with Roman Reigns as the fucking babyface. Anyhow, let's get to another match that really sucked ass.
Which sucks too because this was supposed to be the namesake match.
Extreme Rules match, which included a bunch of kendo shots, a bunch of fucking
Trash
really
cans.
weak trash can shots,
Some shitty bumps.
shitty bumps, and lots of Ronda Rousey, who was in the audience and basically suspended. And she has what? She had 4 days or something left on her
2
suspension.
days.
2 days. She had 2 days left on her suspension, so she thought, this is what I'm gonna do. I have 2 days left on a suspension, but I have no fucking self-control, so I jumped the fucking barricade and beat the shit out of people. And the crowd, that's the only time the crowd came to life. When she went out there and she started fucking throwing people around, throwing people around the fucking barricade. Unfortunately, she gets laid out, and like normal, the double team thing happens. Fucking Alexa gets the DDT on the chair, and still Raw Women's Champion.
There's honestly nothing else to talk about this match. Like, that's just it. It was just a fucking stinker.
Oh, God. Just a fucking biscuit butt with a good promo. That's oh, God, man.
Here, but let's talk about the next match, which actually was
redeeming.
Was redeeming. Like, it's like regardless, pay-per-view was still sucky, assy, but this was the last good match of the night.
I would agree.
AJ Styles defending the WWE title against Rusev, and this was honestly a really good match, especially with the ending. Because you could smell some dissension from English taking out the turnbuckle pad, even though Rusev never told him to, which eventually led to his downfall.
That's correct. There were some really great fucking near falls in this match. And the crowd bit on that one. One was like, almost had me. It almost had me. But no, not to be denied. AJ Styles.
I was actually expecting to see at least maybe attempt a Styles clash, but every time he tried to even just pick him up, just reverse. I guess maybe he legit can't pick Rusev up.
You know, I think he's put up larger people than that. I think they're just trying to play it.
That Rusev's good enough.
That Rusev was big, when really Rusev is really not that large.
I did like what they were doing. They actually were playing a little bit of a story with the match, taking out Rusev's leg so he can't put on the accolade, which is
really
wrestling.
good It's really good psychology. Yeah. I enjoyed that when he put the half accolade,
because he couldn't do it because of the leg. It's like, this was a real wrestling match.
Yeah, you can tell Styles put that together.
Yeah.
And Styles won with the...
He won with the
450?
with the forearm. He kicked out of the 450.
Okay, so he did the spring... Okay.
He did the springboard 450, aka the Superman, but he hit the forearm after he took out Aiden English.
Yeah. That was a good match, really. And now that we're past that match, can we get on to the disappointment?
So... I'm not disappointed this was the main event because it makes the title very relevant.
I didn't say that.
I'm not saying that you did. I'm just saying, like, the disappointment with this match is how it ended.
Oh, yeah.
The fact that this crowd actually seemed like they hated this match even from the beginning. This crowd almost ruined this match.
Yeah. It's, you know what? When these guys came out, I go, holy shit, this says something. To me, this really says something about the direction of this company. It's like, I was trying to figure it out. What the company was thinking by putting these two guys on last because of the way they've treated the Intercontinental title. I understand that for the last couple months, it's been Seth Rollins, who's had this whole division on his back. He's a fucking one-man, rumbling, tumbling, fucking bumping, fucking wrestling machine. And he deserves a shitload of credit. Shitload of credit for why he's so freaking over right now. When everyone goes, burn it down, things explode, and this guy comes out, it's like, holy shit, the guy's meddling. This guy is, the guy's never been so freaking over. The guy, like, did it for himself. The guy was out there for, like, 67 freaking minutes in this gauntlet match, and the guy got himself freaking over with the crowd. Big freaking time. And I see these guys, and it's like, holy shit, they're going to give the main event to the fucking Dolph Ziggler and Seth Rollins. I was like, okay, we'll see what happens here. And I was saying to Joey's like, you know what? I'd be happy with 3 freaking falls. 3 falls.
Yeah,
total.
And the finishing would have the second fall, like 1 each and then 1 more.
Yes.
But
yes,
it did not go that way.
No, it was 3 falls in the first 5 minutes.
So basically what happens is
Rollins gets out to a fucking quick 2-0 lead on this guy.
And then as soon as that happened,
McIntyre jumps in, predictably, beats the shit out of Rollins for the DQ.
Which gives him the 3rd fall.
But then he gets kicked out, but he doesn't leave. And then proceeds to beat the shit out of him some more with no DQ. Then he leaves, and then Ziggler quickly, in a period of 4 minutes, gets 4 falls on fucking Rollins. So the rest of the match is basically Ziggler running away, kicking out of stuff that he got pinned like 10 minutes earlier.
He got beat with a small package.
Yeah, with a small package, but then he
and a curb stomp, and now he's kicking out of everything.
Now he's kicking out of all the finishers. If they would have done that psychology to start the freaking match, and maybe did a total of maybe 5 total falls in this match, it would have elevated this match.
This match was 4 falls each, with like 6 seconds left. Rollins hits the last curb stomp, doesn't get the 5th fall, ends in a draw.
But predictably,
Angle comes out, restarts it as a sudden death. Mm-hmm. Drew comes back out. Seth gets hit with the zigzag and it's over.
Yeah.
Again.
And the crowd goes home once again pissed off. And you know what? You could tell the crowd was already pissed off.
They were chanting down from the freaking minute. They actually apparently they took off the timer so the crowd would shut up with the countdown clock.
Yeah. So they would stop, and then that made the crowd more fucking angry, more pissed off.
I don't know what was with this crowd. Like, maybe they're just like, they'd rather have had the AJ match be the main event, or they just knew this match was like going to be a bullshit finish.
You know what it was? Fucking Asuka losing in 5 minutes to
Jeff losing in 6 seconds.
Jeff losing in 6 seconds. You had that fucking opening match where you had a fucking bunch of jobbers go over Matt Hardy and fucking Bray Wyatt. It's like, man, the fucking Denmark was starting to fucking stink big time, and this crowd goes like, holy fuck, this pay-per-view. And now we get Roman and Lashley. We don't like either of these fucking guys. And I know, although we're happy about them not going on last and saying, let's fucking go to the parking lot, let's leave early, this kind of bullshit, right?
Beat the traffic.
Beat the traffic. Something has to be said about some of the fucking smart wrestling fans taking over the fucking events with their chants.
You can't be really pissed off at the fans, because like when they see bullshit, they'll tell you about it.
Oh, they will, but sometimes they go into business for themselves, for their own entertainment, and it's not entertaining at all.
It just sucks when the fans want to go just a chance. Like, you paid for your ticket, watch the fucking match.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I hate the fans, but it's like, what are you here for? If this is what you're gonna do, you could have stayed home and done this.
Yeah. You know what it is? It's a symptom of our cultural narcissism.
We paid for a ticket, we can chant what we want.
Well, because everything is about me. No, it's not. You came here to watch a wrestling event, not to be the show. If you want to be the show, then be a fucking professional wrestler. And then you can be the fucking show. I'm going to show up to wrestling, I'm going to start fucking chants for my own pleasure, so it can focus on me. Unfortunately, the focus is not on you. It's on what's going in between the fucking 4 pairs of ropes, okay?
I think the problem is that, like, in wrestling, the wrestlers are supposed to interact with the fans, which is the whole point of wrestling.
Well, the fans are becoming the show.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like, it's because they're not doing it enough that the fans get greedy and want it to be more about them.
Yeah. Some of these... Now, honestly, I love some of the fucking smart wrestling fans, some of the indie wrestling fans, but sometimes the fucking chants are great in those places because they know what to chant. Some of these people don't know what to chant. They just chant anything. They get bored. They start chanting Dolph Ziggler. Okay, I'm going to chant. Let's chant Michael Cole. Michael Cole. You count down from 10 in an Iron Man match. You fucking idiots. It's a 20-minute match to go.
It's like 30 minutes, and every time
what is in the water
they're counting down.
What is in the fucking water in Pittsburgh?
I don't know what the hell was going on. But they did not leave happy at all. Especially with all these bullshit finishers. And then what pissed me off about this last match is that, like, you gave him that little hope. Oh, he's going to win the last few seconds. Nope. Oh, he's going to win the overtime. Nope.
No. And if you knew that was going to be the ending, shouldn't you have picked a different fucking match to be fun?
You would have put the AJ match on instead.
Yes, and you would have had something good for them to cheer at the end. Isn't that Vince McMahon's philosophy? Make sure that the fans go home happy at the end of the night.
So they come back.
Instead, what's the new philosophy? Make sure that fucking the heels have all the heat and the baby faces get crushed all the time. You want to know why nobody's over anymore? That's the fucking reason. You have years of this kind of fucking booking.
Like, it makes me sad too when, like, you see, like, all the heels win, because, like, you're marketing towards kids. Like, how can you do that when, like, their heroes lose?
You got a point. Yeah, exactly. When I was a kid, it was Hulk Hogan. It got annoying, but fucking Hulk Hogan won all the time.
And then
won all the
when you
fucking-
lose, it's like Christmas being
It's
canceled.
like, holy fuck, Hulk Hogan just lost the world title. It's like, wow, that was earth shaking because he had the title for almost 4 years. Right? That was a big fucking deal. Now if someone has the title for like about 3 months, it's like, holy shit, when is the never ending reign of the Intercontinental title gonna end? But honestly, this pay-per-view was like 50 Shades of bullshit.
I'm gonna rate this 4 out of 10.
Yeah.
I wasn't happy with this pay-per-view.
You had a main event that I was happy about the fact
That the IC title,
the IC title was in a prominent position at the expense of the world fucking title. AJ Styles, this guy's been champion for 9 freaking months. How many freaking pay-per-views has this guy headlined? It's like the CM Punk syndrome while fucking Cena was there. Zero. This guy's the best wrestler on the planet right now for them. The best. This guy's putting good match. This guy got a good match out of fucking Jinder Mahal. That match they had in Britain was the greatest. I fucking love that match, dude.
The guy's even the cover of the fucking next video game, and he's not the main attraction.
That's right. Because we got fucking Roman Reigns. And tonight they go, look, we'll just put Roman on in the middle because you know what's going to happen. Because they realized what the fuck was going to happen. If we put fucking
Imagine this if,
Bobby Trashley out there with fucking Roman Reigns
on live.
This is going to be a outright catastrophe.
Would you imagine if the IC title was the second last match over the WWE title, and then the last match was Bobby versus Roman? They'd fucking leave. They'd go home.
They wouldn't have even cared if like Lashley had won. They're gonna go, oh, they only cheered. You know what? This is the same thing as it is like they tried to do with Roman and Triple H. It's like, I wonder why they're cheering. They're not fucking cheering because they like Bobby Lashley. Because they hate Roman Reigns.
It's the same thing with Roman and Triple H. They're not cheering for Roman. They want to see Triple H get his ass kicked.
And then they realize, oh fuck, Roman's the champ? Fuck. That event on Raw where he just went and ripped around everyone and just beat the shit out of fucking Triple H at ringside. They said that was the moment when they go, this is how we're going to get him over.
But they didn't.
It didn't.
Fucking,
they're going to heel turn him.
They have their cake, but they're not eating it.
Yeah. You know what it is? They have the recipe, but they refuse to make the fucking... refuse to make the dish. So
it was simple. You simply put this as like make Roman this unstoppable monster where he's pretty much just going to annihilate everybody, not say a single word or promo. He's just going to be this Samoan machine, which is essentially what kind of Samoa Joe is now. He's going out and beating the shit out of the guy. He doesn't even have to cut a promo because he's that good.
Dude, honestly, and I think he's the next guy. He's going to beat fucking AJ.
I would agree. Like, it's funny how it's like we're saying this because like it's like a TNA takeover. The TNA guys are more over than the fucking WWE guys, unfortunately.
Yeah, all that homegrown talent that they have, not fucking over whatsoever.
Like, you have the best wrestlers in the world in this company, and you're fucking mid-carding them.
Yeah. So we got this IC match.
It was a shitty ending.
Despite the freaking... in addition to the fact that the freaking psychology of this match was all twisted and backwards. You had the babyface get out to a fucking head start, and then the fucking heel crawls his way fucking back, and then takes the lead, and then the guy ties, and in the end the fucking bad guy wins. It's like completely fucking reverse of the way that it should be. Completely reverse. And if you're going to go with that finish, then it never should have been the main event. And then you have the WWE Championship match. Very good. I expected it to be as good as it was, so that was good. I'm happy with it. Fucking the fact that fucking Lashley beat Roman, and he probably should have beat Roman. I was surprised by the fact that they let somebody go over Roman. And that's excellent.
If you know
it's a bonus.
If you know it's like one finisher to take him out, not 5 or like 6 F5s, just one spear. Yeah. And he got him.
Just one spear, and I wasn't happy with the spear. I wasn't happy with it. A fucking shitty looking spear.
And usually Lashley does an awesome spear.
A great spear. Usually the guy just folds him up like a cheap suitcase and he goes and tumbling and the guy explodes into flames.
I guess Roman doesn't know how to sell it then.
Then you gotta tell him. What I want you to do is just go explode. Land on the mat like you're just fucking broken in half. Edge was like the fucking king of doing stuff like that. Dolph Ziggler. he acts like he's broken in half.
Ziggler knows how to sell a move.
Right. If you put Lashley out there with fucking Dolph Ziggler and he spears fucking Ziggler will look like a fucking car crash. And that's what you need it to look like. Boom! He explodes. Arm flies off and stuff. You know, that's what it's supposed to look like. That's what a spear is. It's a fucking high-speed collision. The guy just fucking breaks him. There's nothing left. That's the point. Here's Roman. Here's Lashley. Boom! Oh, pinfall.
Oh my god.
And like, you know, honestly, I can liken Lashley to like that fucking cement truck going at the speed of light, but they have to book him like that.
I know.
If they book him weak, and then next week he's gonna fucking lose to Roman, or it's gonna be a draw, or fucking Lesnar's gonna come out and it's gonna lead to a no decision, which will lead to a fucking triple threat, and then Strowman comes out and it leads to a fucking fatal 4-way, or something fucking like that, and then Roman still fucking wins. You know how it is.
I know, unfortunately.
You know how it is. The undercard was bullshit. Some of the fucking upper card was pretty decent. We got to see Kevin Owens crash into flames into a fucking announcer table, which is always really good to see. So, you know, at least I'm happy with some of the things that happened. But overall, this is the typical stopgap WWE idea. Like, let's just get to the next pay-per-view. Instead of like trying to put on a good fucking show.
And this pay-per-view is fucking 4 fucking hours. Plus the hour pre-show.
It's like they're no longer starting at 8 anymore. They're fucking starting at 7 now. And they still can't get
And the next one's SummerSlam.
Yeah, it's going to be a fucking 5-hour show. And an overrun. Remember what happened last time? They went to midnight.
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit. Like, I need to go to work tomorrow. It's like, do they think... Was this the one where... what was the main event last year? In SummerSlam.
Fucking... I couldn't remember. I'm going to look this up quickly then.
That's... interests me.
I have to do that right now. It's,
Because... It's amazing because, like, the memory of the average wrestling fan is no more than maybe a month or so. Because it feels like forever. 2017, what is the main event of that particular pay-per-view?
I believe it was... I think it was Brock versus Roman for the Universal title.
Again. So he's been going after this title for a fucking year? And he still beat Roman?
Yeah, it was a fatal 4-way match.
Oh, okay. It had all those guys thrown in together. Because I remember Great Balls of Fire.
But he's the one who pinned Roman because it was like Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, and Samoa Joe.
Oh, okay. That was the one. And then he's beat all of them together, and he's beat all of them separately.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him take on Lashley. I really would.
That was a better card, to be honest.
Yeah. We'll see what they do, right?
Like that SummerSlam was pretty good.
They are going to try to pull out all the stops.
There was 3 matches on that pre-show, by the way. Like
3?
It was like Neville versus Tozawa, Usos versus The New Day, The Miz and the Miz-Tros versus the Hardy Boys and Jason Jordan.
Oh, I seem to remember. That was one of the better matches of the year on the pre-show.
Yeah. John Cena beat Baron Corbin. Natalia defeated Naomi. Big Cass beat Big Show.
Oh, God.
Randy Orton defeated Rusev. Sasha defeated Alexa. Finn defeated Bray Wyatt. Dean and Seth defeated Cesaro and Sheamus.
Okay.
AJ beat Kevin Owens. Jinder defeated Shinsuke. And Brock defeated Roman, Braun, and Samoa Joe.
Okay.
So hopefully this year's SummerSlam will be
better.
We'll definitely cover that one. I know we were supposed to cover like Mania and stuff, but like we were kind of also disappointed with Mania this year.
Yeah, absolutely. So
I just don't know what's happening. It just seems like after 2017, everything's kind of going downhill.
Yeah. No, it's amazing. The more power this company gets, the more wrestlers that they have, and the more they monopolize, the less creative they get with them. It was the same thing after that after they won the Battle of Monday Night. After a while, within a few years, it was really fucking stale. It's like they'd given up on creative.
Well, to be honest, like once this hit from WWF to WWE, you can tell the major changes happening.
Yeah. Everything is PG now. Everything is safe.
You think you'd like end this PG era? Like I'm not saying
They're not going to do that.
Like go take a step back with like the Attitude Era. Like don't go back to it. But like you need to make this. You need to progress. Like because you know obviously kids grow up and they want to see it. Like You can't keep PG forever, and when they do bleed, just let them bleed. Like, don't bleed, but if it happens, just let it happen.
I would agree. It makes it look like there's consequences when you get in a fight.
Yes.
Some of these kids are gonna grow up believing that if I take a fucking sheer fucking face plant on a ceramic floor, I'm just gonna get up and go, okay, time for the pile driver. It doesn't work that way. You're gonna crack yourself open. There's a bunch of fucking sharp bones on your fucking brow, and it's gonna go pop. You be blood running down the side of your face, and you're like, what's this? I'm totally frightened. I'm terrified. I don't like blood. This company's afraid of blood.
Especially, like, with a match frickin' called Extreme Rules, you'd think there'd be more stipulations, but no. There's more normal matches than stip matches.
I think all of them should have been. Every single one of them should have been.
If you watch Extreme Rules in, like, 2007, every goddamn match has a stip. Doesn't matter which one it was.
They should be. Steel cages. Singapore cane match. Chair,
ladder matches.
Okay, yeah, but you know what? Yeah, like, that's...
Falls count anywhere.
Dude,
Extreme Rules, tables
that's the
matches.
thing with fucking having TLC.
Which is, you need to get rid of that pay-per-view.
You get rid of the pay-per-view, and then you put all these extreme stipulations on that pay-per-view, and it makes Extreme Rules that much better.
But unfortunately, even like this year, even with the return of Angle to WWE Wrestling Ring, the TLC match is not a fucking pinfall match. It's a fucking ladder match.
That's right.
With tables, ladders, and chairs.
That's right.
So I don't understand what they're doing. That's like, I even thought like back in the day when I would play the old video games, that was a stip sometimes. You can choose either make it a wrestling match with those weapons or the ladder match, but like it should just always be the fucking ladder match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree with that. 100%.
So, I don't know.
Yeah. Overall, this pay-per-view, disappointing. Colossally.
Would you agree with my rating? 4 out of 10?
4. Yeah, you're generous. That was generous. There was a few things on the show that I liked. But when there was like 3 things in a row that were like getting really shit, you saw me. I was like laughing. I was like, man.
It just keeps getting worse.
Wow.
I was excited for like the Kevin match with the finish of it. I enjoyed the AJ match.
Pretty good.
So like it was they had good matches, like about 2.
Yeah.
Out of like, dude, what, 9?
You look at the card and you go, this is what like people used to pay $50 for? $50 for. Now they got the subscription. Now they got the $1 billion television deal. They don't give a fuck. They don't care what they put out there. They're just getting from one special to the next special. What's next for Cena? What are we going to do? How long before we put the title on Reigns? How are we doing with that? He's like, how do we get to the next one? Okay, we have to get to SummerSlam. Okay, we have 5 weeks to do it. Okay. They haven't even thought about this? That's the problem with this company. They don't even think about it until they get to the end of one pay-per-view. What is your long-term plan? You start, I would say, okay, I'm starting a wrestling promotion. Okay, what's the biggest show of the year? WrestleMania. We haven't even got to this yet. Let's talk about this afterwards. Speaking of WrestleMania, but we'll talk about this in 2 minutes. But, like, if you have long-term plans, shouldn't it be for, like, the biggest fucking show of the year? You're going to go, okay, what's the plan? Okay, we're putting the title on Finn. Okay, how are we going to do it? And then you work your way freaking backwards. Okay, Royal Rumble, obviously the guy's going to win the Royal Rumble. If he's not going to win the Royal Rumble, then we got to have him fucking win an Elimination Chamber match or something like that. So you got to work your way backwards. Make him look stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger, and you got to keep it going. Not like, holy shit, it's Survivor Series. We made no plans for Finn. What are we doing with Cena? Oh, Cena's back unexpectedly. Oh, we'll take Finn out of the main event. We're going to put Cena in the main event. It's like, this fucking company is brain dead. Just absolutely brain dead, man. Some of the things they do, and speaking of WrestleMania, I don't know, I told you about this.
Oh, yeah.
But apparently they're planning on doing 2 WrestleManias a year now.
I heard about that. It might just be a shitty rumor, but if they was an actual thing, it would ruin WrestleMania. There'd be no... You wouldn't be excited.
No, because they're apparently it's a October international WrestleMania. So they're gonna like all their international brands. So they're gonna just throw them all together in a big gigantic WrestleMania.
That's not a smart idea. Who would watch that?
I don't fucking know. I don't know why they just don't make like a super show for the NXT UK, just like they do the NXT show at WrestleMania. Same thing. If they're still concerned with that, why don't they bring all their UK champions to fucking North America and then they showcase them at the fucking NXT WrestleMania?
And why can't I watch the fucking UK matches on the goddamn network?
You can't?
No, because like I have the TV version. I don't have like the internet version.
Well, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Well, you're paying fucking money for the product. I want the product. I want everything. Everything.
I'm only getting what they're scheduled to put on the network.
Everything should be on there. Everything. I'm paying the money. I should be getting the product.
It should have been. It should have been a Netflix. I don't know why it was just a
the
running
mix
channel.
match challenge. This thing should have been on the network live. I have to wait 2 days for the thing to go onto the fucking network.
Yeah, go on Facebook and
I
find
gotta
it
go. No,
first.
but I don't have the American Facebook because I'm not American.
So,
yeah.
I guess that's a good way that we should end this.
I don't know, buddy. I don't know.
Anyway, so that's...
and until, what are we, like 4 or 5 weeks away from SummerSlam?
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully this is better. Hopefully this is better. Maybe they have some better long-term plans, or maybe they're just making them now. You know, maybe they're now planning for Roman to be the champion finally, or are they just gonna just once again have fucking Brock win and disappear again, and we'll get more sympathy for Roman, even more sympathy. Like, the more the guy loses, the less I give shit about Roman. You know, I like Roman. The guy's a good fucking professional wrestler. The guy goes and puts on good fucking matches. That's not the problem.
He shoved down our throats is the problem.
It is the, you know, the cock gagging that we're forced to do with Roman Reigns. So, that's enough. I think most fans got
The reference?
pretty, no, yeah. I just think that a lot of smarter wrestling fans could see what was happening. They could see the cock moving into position way from about like 7 miles away. They could really see it. So,
anyways. So that's our take on Extreme Rules.
That's our take on Extreme Rules.
It was not a good pay-per-view.
bad.
Yeah.
Bad.
Like, I wouldn't even say watch it for yourselves. Just go freaking read the results or listen to this goddamn podcast and you'll know.
Yeah.
So, obviously, we'll be back for SummerSlam. Mm-hmm. So,
absolutely.
Okay, if you guys like the video, remember to like and subscribe and leave a comment. So let us know how we're doing. And if you'd like to see anything for us to talk about, maybe past pay-per-views, maybe we'll do a couple older shows. So,
Absolutely.
anyways, till next time, I've been Joey.
Mike AD.
And we'll see you next time on the Night of Spirit Circle podcast. See you next time.